Oh, okay. So I've been shuffling and talking for like 8 minutes. Camera wasn't on. So I'm leaving these cards out because this is a hell of a message. I don't know what you guys are building, doing, creating. Okay. And I know I'm going to miss some key points. This is why I like to turn the camera on before I start the flow and start shuffling. Water my dreams. All I desire is on its way to me. But like a seed, my dreams too must be watered. My belief and determination is what makes them grow. I will be patient throughout this journey. It is all unfolding at the perfect time. Doing our best. We are all doing our best. With the understanding and the awareness we have in this moment, any decision I take is okay. No matter the outcome, I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey. And mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Tune in. Today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hand at my heart space, and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I am feeling. You know, this message is about your personal journey. What are you bringing? What are your dreams? Know that you're doing your best to get there and continuously tune into yourself so that you can have what is necessary for you to move forward. You know, if it's encouragement, give it to yourself that day or give it to someone else. You know, a lot of times when I do these messages, I'm just like, oh, okay. And after the message, I go on and do some, my own other work. But it's like my pep talk to myself. You understand? There is something that you can do for others that gives yourself a boost, a love hold, if you will, a understanding, a grasping on things that you are aiming towards, right? There's a lot of times where you can give encouragement, positive words to someone, and then, after they walk away, you're like, hey, that's good. I think I'm going to take a little bit of that for myself, and that's how I feel when I give these messages out. It's the same for you yourself. There is something within you that you want to produce, that but maybe you also want it to make you money. You want to produce it, but you also want it to make you money. You just don't want to, because I'm big like that. Like, I'm not a person who really likes hobbies, playing games, da 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 da. Like, if it's an event to go and do something for a particular event, yes. But just every day up knitting, no. Or every day up doing puzzles, no. Or, like, I'm very business mind oriented. Got to get it done. This needs to get done. This needs to get done. I must contact this person. I must do this. Because if I don't feel like I'm doing those things, nothing is being accomplished. Even though I know there needs to be breaks in between self-care, self-love, all of that stuff, family, friends. You have to break up the monotony, right? It's all about balance. Whose balance? Well, the Most High's balance, of course. But I'm just saying, like, and I mean, it's like that some days. Whose balance? Why am I in this simulation? For what? What is it that I'm supposed to be learning that I don't know that I need to be learning? Because in the North Node, you're adjusting to what life is to be for you. And out of the old life from your South Node, right? You move from yourself and into your North. From yourself into your North, onward and upward. But a lot of times we get so caught up in the day-to-day and what's not working, and it doesn't feel like it's doing anything. The spell's not working, the concentration's not working, the contract I sent was whack. These customers aren't gonna like me today. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing other than your own intuition and gut to tell you, to show you that you're on the right path. Listen, transformation is my life, okay? I'm a Scorpio North Node. You will see me brand and rebrand, but you will always see Natasha in the name somewhere, somehow. I'm going to connect myself to it because I'm a big first houser and sixth house. First house and sixth house are big in my chart. So that's the stuff I pay attention to the most. And yes, I'm an extremely selfish, stubborn person. It just is. I am. But what I've also come to realize is that I'm great in groups. So how does that work? Balance. Okay. And I know people hate continuously hearing that word, balance and new beginnings, and you know, the words that spiritualists and tarot readers say a lot, you know. But it is. There's always new beginnings. There's always a shedding of old ways, shedding of old thoughts, shedding of old hair, old skin, old just shedding of old. The secret of our success is that we never give up, right? And I dabble in a lot of things, and then there are some things that pop really well, but I can't get them to do it twice, right? And then there are some things that pop a little, so I just have to continuously do it. I'm putting these back and grabbing the Abram Hicks. They were calling my name. So if we learn to just never stop, to pray without ceasing, to meditate without ceasing, to work without ceasing, to always be looking up, looking into things, right? To always be doing research. And research doesn't mean Google. Okay. But it's a great place to start, you know. You want to leave, you go to Google. I'm sure if Sherlock Holmes was living today, he would start with Google. And then him and Watson would go out, right? But I'm sure he would start with Google. And then from there, move forward, as all great researchers should. And these decks with all these cards in it, sometimes they are horrible to shuffle and deal. But I like to let them fall. I will never get there, so I will enjoy. It was hard. It was taking its, you know, it was giving me trouble about going back in. So let's see what it's saying. And it's the magical number 11. Well, it's 38 reduced is an 11. We love divine numbers here on the Jupiter plane. Okay. In our North Node walk, we love numbers, especially divine numbers, double numbers, 11s and all that stuff. I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. You cannot ever get it done because you cannot ever cease to be. You cannot ever get it done because you cannot ever cease to be. And you can never halt your awareness. Yet, out of your awareness will be born another asking, and each asking always summons another answering. Your eternal nature is one of expansion, and expansion is the potential of unspoken joy. Unspoken joy. Unspeakable joy. There's all kinds of ways to expand. Even if it's not exactly how you plan. Some people come on this plane, on this earthly plane, plan, execute, and succeed. Then some people plan, execute, plan, execute, plan, execute, plan, execute, plan, execute. Like that, they just have a life of planning and executing. Which is why enjoying the journey is a necessity. And hard for a lot of us to do, including myself. It's very hard for me to just enjoy the journey when I want to get to a specific destination. It's hard, okay? I want a certain kind of romantic relationship that I may never receive. And I have to be okay with that. Because, I get close a lot of times. Shit, I'm close right now. But we always have to leave that room for humanism. For the faulty programming of humanism. Do I want to say fault? No, I don't want to say faulty programming. Oh, I love that. Abundance. I don't want to say faulty programming. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Let's not envy. There's a lot of sacral chakra on the board going on. Reds and yellows. Okay, belly buttons and groins. Tame it. Ground it. Let's see what extra messages the book has. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. You must learn to accept that the obstacles in your life have been chosen by you. To be jealous of the soul path of another is your doubt your ability to judge what is best for you. It is human nature to covet the perceived luxuries of someone on a different journey. But to try to emulate him or her is not being true to your own guidance. You have chosen this life and these circumstances for a reason. By disregarding that and following it, and following in the footsteps of another, you are only setting yourself up for confusion and disappointment. You never truly know what is going on in another person's life and what personal challenges he or she may face. So to be envious is a fool's game. Be authentic to your inner voice, because only you know what it is, what is in your best interest. I said Beyonce grew up like me and Nita in a ratchet neighborhood whose parents did well and put them in position to be able to do better. Period. Like, I don't know why that came out. People envy B, right? And I just have my cousin sitting across from me. And she mumbled like Beyonce. Like when I read the part about another's life, a person's challenges may be faced, so to be envious is a fool's game. And she was just like, yeah, like over Beyonce, how people are envious of her lifestyle, and things of that nature. Some people are just admiring. There's a big difference between admiring someone's lifestyle and being envious of it, right? So, and for those of you who don't know the difference, let me just do a short breakdown. Envious is that you want exactly what they want, how they have it. Admiring it is, I admire her work, her tenacity that got her to where she is today, and blessings on her journey to wherever else it is she's going. right? It's like, I like what she's doing. I like that she has things. I like even some of the things that she likes, but I'm not trying to have her life, right? Being envious means you want what that person wants. So since I went into the rant, like, because she grew up in a normal neighborhood in Houston. Anyone who's ever been to Houston, to 4th Ward and 5th Ward, it's not upscale, okay? It's not an upscale neighborhood. It's not like when she say, I'm 4th Ward, da-da-da-da-da, when she rattling that off, that is the proud part of her letting you know, listen, I grew up in the hood, okay? She was just set up a different way than a lot of people in the hood are set up. Same, and I can say the same for myself and my sister. We grew up in a hardworking family. Our parents were married for the majority of our lifetime. Okay, my father passed away. My mother is widowed. But we grew up with the same kind of leverage. Our parents worked so we could go to college if we opted to go to college. Me and my sister opted to go to college. And we got degrees, and my sister's working with her degree to some extent with children in school, and she also does hair. I do a lot of freelance work. So entrepreneurship has always been in our family. My father has always done other things outside of worked for General Motors. So with that being said, I'm not really sure how this is tying into the reading. Maybe I just need to keep talking because of the envious card. Maybe you're at pause or at halt because there is something that you desire and you want in your life and you don't see it coming to fruition and it's bothering you, but you have to tap into yourself and know that this journey is yours. It's no one else's. And yes, things look great on social media, and I love avant-garde wear. I do. Dawn Richards is one of my favorite artists because all of her costuming is always avant-garde. There's always something exotic and crazy and lace, just all kinds of goodness going on. Declaratory in regards to how she dresses and her performances. I mean, even like the mic that she's carrying now. She's not using a mic that no one else is not that she's using. Things like that. Like, she's always very eccentric. I'm trying to use safe words. People say weird and da-da-da-da, but it's not. It's just deliciously different. As you are, collective, as you are. We all are. And if you are watching tarot readings and oracle messages and astrology, you've already set yourself apart. You understand? You've already set yourself apart. There is no, I'm going to do this and blend in for you. So, prepare and welcome. If you are new to astrology and tarot and oracle, welcome. Hello. How are you? Beautiful sunshine, brightness. Your life is about to drastically change for you. Get ready and be happy for it. You're going to get ready. You're going to see things that no one else can see. You're going to be able to understand things that no one else will be able to understand. You'll be able to see things coming into fruition. You'll be able to know prior to anyone else knowing. These tools heighten your intuition. So much so, when you connect with somebody, you already know if it's going to work or not. It's going to be like that. And if you question it, you'll be patient enough to flow through it until you have a definitive answer. There is no handbook to this earthly plane. We want one so bad. I know we do. We want one so bad. We want the answers. You can come very close, though, with the right astrologer, with the right tools. You can come very close to not knowing, but knowing not to. Okay, that's the best way for me to describe it. It becomes a thing where you're just like, I mean, I've gotten to a place where I'm telling clients and customers, no, I don't think we're a match, in regards to building their travel work, in regards to doing research for them or anything, like, because people have their expectations of how a thing should go, and then they forget that they connect with the business, not a person. And everything with me is business, even relationships. I have to think logically about, that's just the way I work, my inner work. I have to think logically before I dive in emotionally. Is this gonna work for me? Just because especially if I like one aspect of a thing. So I'll give you an example. I'll put myself out here on the table. I know there's nothing I can do about the gardeners, okay? So I have a friend I'm involved with. He's beautiful soul, but he's lazy, you know. He's not very he's very very bacheloresque, okay? Not non-domestic bacheloress, I should say. I need to narrow that down, right? Because there's a lot of domestic bachelors out there, okay? He's not one. And the thing about it is even if you're not a domestic bachelor, most will hire someone, well, those that can afford it. So either he's not smart enough to set up a service, or he's that cheap, or that's just not an important part of his life that he's looking into right now. Whereas a woman who cleans, who loves a clean home and smell goods, and I mean, like, I'm a $50 a candle buyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like things to smell good, to feel good when you walk into it. I like to set tones, moods, and vibes. Like, I have LED lights and all kinds of groovy, awesome, delicious, vibe-setting, aromatherapy, feeling, grooving type things going on in my home. Because your home is a relaxation place for a vibe that you need to rebuild yourself. It's the safe haven, right? For most people anyway, it's a safe haven. And I just don't think he feels that way about his house. Okay? And we've been having small conversations about it, but I'm saying that to say is, this is a wave that I'm willing to ride to see, like, not how can I fix this, but more like, I'm curious as to why this isn't being taken care of. And maybe in some way, shape, or form, I can strike something in his mental to be like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I could do that. Oh, I'll start that next week or next month or whatever, next year. I don't know, like, but yeah, because if I'm gonna come over and take my shoes off, you know, you ain't took your shoes off. No, it's my cousin is laughing at me. Anyways, because I mean, like, it's just, you know, there are things we have to. These are parts of this earthly plane process. When you blend with people, there's a lot that I think of now that I never thought of before. I would just blend with somebody. It's like, oh, he's great, I'm gonna hang out with him until forever. And then you realize he doesn't have credit. He doesn't want to build credit. He's gonna work this job until he retires. He does not have the same life plan you do. He doesn't even have a life plan. He doesn't have a passport. And then it started getting, in my 30s, it started getting off-putting when I would meet a man and he didn't have a passport, or at least was looking at his credit, or at least was trying to, because I need someone in my life that organized the back office of their life like I do. And it doesn't have to be the same, but you're going to need to at least care about the back office of your life, your credit, your bills, the organization of them or the lack thereof, how to get them organized, where to put a system in place so that you're not just out here. Because there's a lot of people walking around without a system. Their own system, their own internal personal journey, doing their best system, their own. And it doesn't have to be about watering a dream. It's not about entrepreneurship, okay? It's not. It's about self-sufficiency. Sometimes includes entrepreneurship, but it is not about entrepreneurship. And, you know, there has to be times where you realize that as much as you love a thing, a person, a place, or whatever, if it's not helping you grow, move forward, or pushing you forcefully into something kick-ass awesome for your life, then you may need to let it go. Okay, Most High, let's get a global compass here, okay? Enchanted map me. Enchanted map me. Let's get a direction. Okay. We're tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. I know that was a lot. I brought a little personal to this message because actually this message was hitting home. You know, personal journeys, doing our best. Don't be envious. There's a lot of things I see I want, that I like. Not people's lives, but things that they have in them. Bone collector. I am so tired of repetitive messages. Like, Bone collector collects things along the way. I could basically read it to you out of the book. And I'm putting that back, Most High. Please give us a fresh new. As long as I've had this deck. Like, and I can't for the span of me figure out why is it Bone collector that keeps popping out. And there must be something in that is in that card that is extremely necessary for myself or someone else. Because what tarot readers will tell you is that this is for you. It's for the person that's dealing as well. Because we are all 12 signs of the zodiac. Okay, making a choice. 30 reduced to a 3. Between two people, between jobs, between to leave the job or not, to start the business or not. I will say this, if you haven't started it and you want to just quit your job and start it, you know. If you have a great social media following, you know, you have a great vantage point, then do it. If you have a great starting point where you know for a fact, if I lay this out on the table, I'm going to make money next week and my family's going to be taken care of, do it. Okay? Do it. I always encourage the leap. But if you don't have a plan and you really want to work things out as an entrepreneur, sorting it out is going to be your job. Personal journey, right? Tuning into yourself, personal journey, learning where it is that you need to be, where it is you need to go, what it is you need to do. You know, we're all on this earthly plane trying to figure things out every day. Every single freaking day, man. You hear me? You hear me? Every single day. We is trying to figure this thing out. Especially now. It's going to be crazy in September. There's 5 planets retrograde. Okay. New moon in Virgo is coming up. Set your intentions. You know, and I think that's like the 6th or 7th, the new moon, right? And then there's all of these other things that is happening in the world that is ending. You know, certain packages are ending. Certain help is ending. Certain moratoriums and hold-offs and can't do this and can't do that are ending. Schools back in session in the United States of America. Okay? Schools are putting their rules down, their mandates, their thises and their that's, their opt-tos and their opt-not-tos. September is going to be a very telling month of where you can go, where you can't go, who you can stick with, who you can't stick with. More countries are opening up. And on top of that, mainly United States citizens are the ones that need to be vaccinated. So I've already obtained other countries' passports. I suggest you do something similar if you can. I had to hire a lawyer for that. You may as well. But people are like, well, how do you get citizenship in other countries? There are a lot of other countries that give citizenships because. And if you would like to know more about that, join me live on my Instagram, natachagoree, okay? I tell all, I help all in all things travel. Tune in to my Wednesday travel talk. Okay, I have a Wednesday live travel talk on my Instagram every Wednesday morning. I don't give a time because I'm just on there until I'm not, 40 minutes the most, and I'm on at different times. Now, it depends on where I am in the world. So that's why I don't like to give out times, because I'm getting ready to pack now and leave. And it's Monday, which means I'm going to be in a different time zone on Wednesday, okay? Every Wednesday, I'm not in the same time zone, which is why I don't give out times about my lives. Because it's like, if I say 9 to shit, now I got to figure out, am I in Pacific time, Eastern time? Oh, Central time. What kind of time am I on? Can I tell? Like, it's a lot. I manage a lot by myself, so whatever. It's morning. It's normally morning time, though, for any country. Okay? And if it's not, catch the replay, man. Ask questions in my comments. Contact me. Like, these are not hard things to do. The internet has just made us super lazy as a people. So, yeah. But you can catch me live on how to do that. And what type of lawyer to look into and all of that stuff. I'm going to go deep into the passports and what we need to know. Okay. Because people need options right now. All of that, you need more money, you need more. No, you need options. Okay? They don't have to be the type of options that you have to dish out a lot of money for. But if you need to dish out money for them, then dish out money for them. You need options, okay? This world is shifting and changing. You need options when it comes to your money. You need options when it comes to travel. You need options when it comes to how you're going to operate in this life. Doctors, lawyers, and things of that nature that you need to hire just because you may need to hire them. Like, this is not I don't own a business, so I don't need a lawyer. You ever had to get a will and trust together? Do you know how that works? Me either. Guess what? I hired a lawyer for that. Okay. I am a melanated person, as you can see. So, finding descent and lineage for a passport, good luck, Chuck. But what I did do is I found a lawyer who helped me find other ways to get citizenships in other places. Looked into the government of these other places, how it works. Okay, I would like to have a citizenship here, and here. Thank you. And you can have citizenships up to however many freaking countries. I mean, like, as long as you don't have legal issues in your own country, you can really have, there is not really a limit to how many passports you can obtain. Seriously, if you know what you're doing. And if you have a kick-ass lawyer to help you. Because you're going to need a passport lawyer Okay, let me just get off that subject. Because I don't want to... Just stop envying people's shit, okay? Stop envying people's shit. Concentrate on your own. Tune into your own journey. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Continue to do your best and water your own damn dreams, people, okay? We're gearing up for Age of Aquarius. I wish people would stop saying we're in it, because we're not. But that's a whole nother thing else. And get your love on, man. Get rid of this sacral chakra stuff and move up. Get your green Eat greens, wear green, be green. Don't be mean. Just be green. Okay? Seriously, 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 seriously. Work on you. Work on thou. Work on thee. So that all of these things can be added onto you. Making a choice is going to be the biggest thing in September. To go back to school, to don't go back to school. Do I want to get vaccinated to go to this specific school or not? Because schools now are telling you if you're not vaccinated, you can't go to them. NYU did it. UB did it. There's a lot of New York State schools that are doing it. I'm sure there's other states, colleges that are doing it as well. You guys, be well, be healthy, be happy. I was just rereading this. Like, we got some serious choices to make come September. But some serious blessings is going to follow them, y'all. If you're not into your astrology, you need to be looking at your chart and things around you and what pertains to you personally. How kick-ass are you to be in an era that's surviving a major shift and transformation of the world, right? This is like being a part of when the slaves were freed, or just imagine the times then, people trying to figure it out, to go to work, to go up north, to come back, to not do this, to do that, or to sharecrop or not sharecrop, or all of those things were happening. So much confusion. And they didn't have the internet. So you would have to travel for days to know that something changed. Can you imagine having to travel days before you knew something changed, where we know it in the instant of seconds? Right? I don't know. I just thought I would put that out there. Stay kick-ass. Stay traveling that North Node, baby, and expanding in your Jupiter. Be blessed, be well, be healthy, happy, healthy. Blessings.